On a day much nicer than today, I got to go behind the scenes with the creator of Elevated Chicago's Walkability TikTok series that takes viewers across the city in an effort to demonstrate how easy or difficult it is to access various points of public transportation. And for our walk, we came here to the Kedzie Homan Blue Line stop. And here's what we saw. I met up with Denise at the Beloved Cafe in North Lawndale to go on a walk.
Can you walk there? I'm Denise with Elevated Chicago, and today we are walking in North Lawndale.
With over 11,000 views on her most popular video, Denise's Can You Walk There series has brought accessible public transportation and its disparities to TikTok.
When you're walking in one area versus another, there's a stark difference in between those neighborhoods. You could be on the north side walking past bars and gardens and apartments, and then you go back home and you're not walking past anything. There is an inequity there, and from that's why I started this channel, and I wanted to be able to highlight what's going on and why people is concerned about how people move around, specifically those in the transit.
There were vacant lots along the way that had litter within them, and there was a knockdown bike rack too.
Denise works for Elevated Chicago, a collaboration of community-based organizations, artists, financial institutions, and the like. Their goal is to help advance development in the city that's equitable and transit-oriented.
Developing near transit, specifically in areas where they are at risk of disinvestment or displacement to gentrification, that creates a vibrant community for people who are currently there and makes it a way for them to be able to access the things that they need on a day-to-day basis.
Her Walkability series came from her own difficulty trying to reach a train station.
Garbage on the sidewalk, there was construction pieces on the sidewalk. I couldn't get around, I couldn't get through. I ended up having to walk like 3 blocks out of the way.
The inaccessibility frustrated Denise, especially when she considered how impossible the trek may have been for someone with different abilities.
As I'm someone who walks, I was able to get around, but if I were in a wheelchair, I might have just been stuck. So after that day, I decided to start recording when I walked places, and that's how this series was born.
Her latest Can You Walk There episode, she and I took our walk from the Beloved Cafe on South Homan Avenue down to the Kedzie Homan Blue Line, stopping at a few community enrichment sites along the way.
This is the permanent supportive housing project that is under Foundation for Homan Square, where they are building housing for people who are disabled and also older adults. Denise and I did end up making it to the train, and while it wasn't a horrible walk, it certainly wasn't the easiest either. And that's because, as you can see, the Blue Line stop here is on a really busy part of the street. It's actually, the station is sandwiched right in between the expressway. So if you're interested in learning more about access to public transportation, you can check out Denise on Elevated Chicago's TikTok channel at Elevated Chicago. I'm Jamaica Ponder from North Lawndale for CBS News Chicago.